Today we are going to be degreasing the block in the engine bay and maybe even the head a little bit. But I want to do a science experiment. So I have, no, this is not sponsored by Gunk, even though I wish it was, but I have 3 different kinds of Gunk degreaser. I have foaming, I have original, and I have heavy duty gel, as well as I have, if I can find it, industrial grade degreaser. So what I'm gonna try and do is split it up over the sides of the block and see what has the most effective results, and we'll go from there. I have some brushes to agitate all the baked on oil. So you may be asking why I'm doing this, because I'm still trying to diagnose some of the oil leaks, and while I am regasketing the engine, I think it would be best to have a clean surface to start from so that any future leaks can be easily diagnosed. So let us hop right into it. Alright, so I realized after scrubbing for a bit that it was working, but it was going to be really hard to tell because the block is painted black. So while they both did a good job, I think a better comparison would be degreasing parts of the head, just because, I mean, it's probably going to get hot tanked anyway. I don't know if I'm doing that yet, but just degreasing the head. I might have an exhaust leak here, now that I see it. There's a lot more buildup on one spot than the other. So I might do some of this, and then we'll do the other side, and we'll just see how it goes. First things first though, I'm going to do this first 2-port section with the foaming degreaser. That was literally like 5 minutes of work, but I think it did a pretty good job. Some of these spots are harder to reach with the brush, so I mean obviously I'd go back over it again, but for one pass that's not bad. Let's move on to the, we'll do the regular one here, and then we'll do heavy duty here. Once again, like 3 minutes, 1 pass, but this one definitely did more, I think. Maybe this is just because where it's overlapped, but I don't know. I think it did a little more than the foaming, but it smells horrible. So like, the foaming is fun to use, doesn't work quite as well, but it doesn't smell like shit. Alright, next I'll do the heavy duty right along here. Again, another 3-minute scrub with the heavy duty. I would say that, especially considering that this is the most complex portion of the block, as far as what gets exposed to scrubbing, that the heavy duty definitely did the best. Because this one was more complicated, but this one didn't do a whole lot, the foaming. Then the regular one did a decent job, but as I said, it smells horrible. But the foaming definitely, I mean the heavy duty definitely did the best, but then it's a matter of what the price comes down to. I'm going to put something on the screen, how much the heavy duty costs, how much the regular costs, how much the foaming costs, and then I'll put a comparison price to how effective they were. I'd say this is probably a 6 out of 10. This was probably 7 out of 10, and then this looks similar to this, but it's a much more complicated design, so it wasn't as easy to scrub. So I'd give this probably an 8 out of 10. Now that we're through all the Gunk products, we are going to try the industrial strength degreaser right here, and then I'm going to flip it over and just do brake dust, simply just brake clean, just to see a comparison to see if these products are even worth buying. Let's find out. Now, fairly similar, same thing again, a couple minutes scrubbing. It looks pretty similar to the rest. Now the thing with this is that this is like, actually not even going to tell you a price because I'm not 100% certain. I'll put it on the screen. For like a gallon of it, whereas these are like $7 to $8 a can. So you gotta keep that in mind, but it actually did a pretty good job. I'm kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting it to do as much. I'm gonna flip the head around and do just brake cleaner and see what happens. Alright, this is kind of funny. I mean, I'm not really surprised because brake cleaner is the best cleaner for everything. But brake cleaner is pretty much just as clean as the others. You have to keep in mind this is the intake side of the block, not the exhaust, so it was a little bit cleaner to start with, but I think it looks like factory, which is kind of crazy. Like, I think it is more of a polished shine on this side after I use brake clean than it was than any of the degreasers. So that's kind of crazy. Well, take what conclusions from this you will. As I said, I'm going to go back and post and throw all the prices on the screen for everything. But all I know is I paid for them, so I'm going to use them to clean the engine bay. So I'm going to throw in some time lapses of that and we'll get going. Just a quick update on it before I wrap things up. Looks so much better already, and I'm still going to power wash it again. Look, you can like actually see the block. It's crazy how much oil there was. Like, I didn't know this was aluminum. Like, neither with that, the oil filter housing. So it's crazy. I'm not even done yet. You can like actually see the block now, which is great because it was an oily bitch beforehand. I'll probably end up scrubbing some of the engine bay walls too because they're a disaster. But until that, I have to wait for the engine reseal kit to get here. I'm gonna take the valve seals, take the head to a machine shop, get it resurfaced, have them do a valve job, maybe heat tank the head, and then when that comes back, it's time to do reassemble, honestly. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it with comparing the degreasers. Let me know what you think. I realized it wasn't super scientific because I was scrubbing them and not just letting them sit, but let me know what you think. I do have merch, first link in the description. We've got hoodies, sweatshirts, masks, t-shirts coming soon, but feel free to pick something up, help support the channel. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. G-A